Hey everybody, it's your girl Angie. Welcome back to Kiss My Cheeks TV. It is time to get into the latest episode of, I'm about to say RuPaul's Drag Race, Real Housewives of Atlanta. I just finished recording RuPaul's Drag Race. Check it out. It's the video before this one. But this is about my ATL ladies. I was entertained at the end of this for all the wrong reasons. Now, let's just go ahead and get into the episode. I'm not going to make this long because it's really only one scene we all care to talk about, but let's go through it. I ain't take no notes, so memory, please don't fail me now. Please don't fail me now. How did the episode open? Lord, I already forgot. Hey, Glenda girl. For some reason, I look blurry. I think something's going on with my Wi-Fi because my Wi-Fi band is low on my computer, but I look perfectly clear to myself. But I'm sorry if I look blurry. Let me know in the chat if I freeze, but I got to get through this. This week has been, I said it on Instagram, they're making me work hard for the money. You know, I need my check. I love my check. But damn, they making me work hard for it this week. It's been a trying week. I got my Stella Rosa. Let's get into the review. I forgot how the episode opened. Let me think. Well, let's just go by what I remember. Sanya and her sister and her mama. They're talking about the move out date. Sanya is like, you know, everybody agreed to this date. Mama said daddy ain't ready to go. I don't feel like Sanya or her husband really want the parents to go, but I think those, I don't want to call them freeloading because that's the agreement. The sister, the brother-in-law, and them two kids, they have to go. Now, I was listening to, you know, a couple of things on Twitter and a couple of reviews today while I was working. And it dawned on me, Ross is never there. So why is he so stressed to have these people up out of his house? Because based on what we've seen so far this season, I ain't mean to say it, Glenda. I ain't mean to say it. Ross is always in Texas. So I don't understand the pressure to get the people on it up and out. Like, you really want your wife and son in the house alone, though. Trust, if it was me, I would want it if it was me. But then I was like, maybe Ross stay in Texas so much because he don't have no peace in his house. It's always too many damn adults running around trying to be in charge. I don't know, but Sanya, what irks me the most about you and your storylines is last season you had a valid point. I ain't trying to have no baby because you always in Texas. You ain't gonna never be here to help me have a baby. And your husband made it seem like your marriage was on the line. All the ladies like, give your husband a baby. All this, we ain't gonna go back and debate that. But by the end of the season, you finally said, okay, I'm gonna have a baby with my husband. He wants another one. Let's do it. You had your Moreno or whatever taken out. Just to come this season, you've been testing your ovulation, whatever they call it. And every time you're ovulating, your husband is out of town the past 4 cycles. Ross, how are you even going to create the baby if you can't stay home? You ain't even trying to make the baby, but you're pressuring your wife to have one. Sanya, if I was you, I would pull a Drew. I'll pull up in Austin and see what Ross is doing. At least one time. They just need a storyline. It would be a dumb decision to make the move. No, it wouldn't. Kenya got her a good old nanny. Kandi got her a good old nanny. Get you a nanny, girl. You don't have to have your family be live-in babysitters. People family live. I mean, get them a cute little house across town, because I'm sure where you stay is probably expensive, but go on out to Douglasville or somewhere in Cobb County, Marietta, get them a cute little house. And baby, drive the baby out. You go out of town, drop little deuce off. They ain't got to be in your house to babysit. But anyway, I don't care. Fast forward over Tanya or Sonya, whatever her name is. I'm thinking of Tanya because Tanya was posting pictures this past weekend, and I miss Tanya. Tanya has such a bubbly, fun personality that this show needs. I miss Tanya. You know, they tried to put that bolo on her, and she was like, not me and my relationship. Y'all ain't about to play in my man face. I'm out. I ain't gonna say, we over the bolo thing. Fans think Rick Ross has a second. Oh, I done read Rick Ross. Y'all talking about Ross. I don't think he has a second family. And I don't know. I don't know this man. I don't know none of their business. But if fans think everybody has been cheating, but I would pull up on him one time. One time I'm pulling up in Austin. What's going on? Or I missed you. Hey, how you doing? You know, something cute. But I don't understand if his second business is transportation. He has a limo service, a car service, or whatever. I don't understand why them cars can't be driven around ATL. Everybody in ATL front like they have money and ball out of control and rent limos and cars because that's what they do. ATL is the capital of the stunt. You can make all kind of money riding people around to all kind of events out there in the ATL. Now, I don't know what going on in Austin, Texas. I ain't never been, but I'm telling you, bring them luxury cars on over to the ATL. People will rent them. So I just don't understand that, or why you can't have a couple of luxury cars in Austin and put that brother-in-law in charge, because he ain't got no job and that's your best friend, but you probably know your best friend ain't shit no way. But oh, Angie, you ain't mean to say that. But I don't understand why you can't have. I'm over it. All I'm gonna say, saying you pull up one time. Now, do you think they can really afford an overnight nanny, not counting the pockets? But yes, Sanya is a gold medalist. She has had all kind of endorsements, and yes, I think they have money. I don't think they're one of the families that's reliant on a Real Housewives of Atlanta check to maintain a certain lifestyle. He is a Super Bowl winning NFL player. He has money. I don't think Sanya is running his pockets like Kim Zolciak, and they've blown through all of their NFL money. So I don't know. They don't give me broke, is what I'm gonna say. Now, they don't give me luxury, like they don't give me Kandi and Todd, but they don't give me broke. And they don't give me, if I have to get off Bravo, my whole lifestyle is gonna change. Like, they don't give me that. But anyway, enough of Sanya. I'm probably gonna call you Tanya girl because I've been thinking about Tanya since I saw her on Instagram. But anyway, let's move over to Sheree being a Gigi. This was a moment I like real. I like touching moments. Like seeing the baby, number one, the baby is beautiful. Shout out, congratulations to the new parents. Beautiful baby. And me being a single mom of a son who, you know, is right now in college, trying to make his way through life, trying to decide, you know, his career, getting internships, all that stuff. I understand the emotions of being proud. I understand looking at your kids and just be like, okay, they getting it, they doing the damn thing, and you just be proud, because that's the whole part of parenting. No one, I can't speak for everybody, but I would say at least 99% of people, but hey, Dr. Ivy girl, 99% of people birth their children to want to see them get the best out of life. They want to see them do better. And she's like, his daddy wasn't ish, but look at him. He ain't even have an example of a good daddy. And look at him doing the thing with this baby, being a great father. And and Sheree teared up. And, in my older age, I get a little bit of misty eyed watching TV sometimes. And I don't know why. I wasn't bawling. A tear didn't fall down my face. But you know how your eyes get a little bit watery. I enjoyed that moment of Sheree talking about her son just because I understand the feeling, and I like the realness of the moment. I like the cuteness of putting the baby little hand in the ornament, and I want to see more of that. I tweeted Gigi Sheree I can get with. I like Gigi Sheree. Sheree being friends with Marlo, I could fast forward. But Gigi Sheree, give me more of that. Now I will say, after a while I'm gonna get tired. But give me a sprinkle of the Gigi Sheree, and I'm here for it. Anyway, what happened next? Because I don't care. Kenya met up with some of the girls, and they FaceTime Kandi, and that was the conversation that set off the episode, because Kenya tells Kandi what Marlo has really been saying about her and this whole shooting thing. So let's just fast forward to get to it, because anything else that happened to the episode, I don't care. I done already forgot what happened, because we only cared about the last 15 minutes of the episode. And let's wrap Drew up real quick. Let's go ahead and snatch up Drew and say, Drew, you ain't from Chicago. You probably from the outskirts, maybe out there where my sister, I shouldn't put my sister business in the street. But y'all don't know my sister, so she live out there in Flossmoor and the suburbs. Maybe that's where you from, Drew. But you probably ain't even that close. You probably live all the way out there in Kankakee. Don't shade your own town, girl. Y'all know I'm proud to be from Kankakee. It's just an hour outside of Chicago. But anyway, Drew, you full of all of the S, the H, the I, and especially the T. Full of it, Drew. I'm from Chicago, the South Side. We don't say shooting out there. You may not say it, but y'all sure do it enough. Angie, that wasn't right, but that was a fact. It was a fact. I go to Chicago, I don't know how many times a year. South Side, all my family up there, all of them. And they talk about who got what, and I don't think you're supposed to say the SHOT word on YouTube too much, but Drew is full of ish. Drew, you're full of ish. And I said it on Kamisha channel, and I'm going to say it here. Drew, if you can't handle the excitement, don't take it. If you can't put your big girl panties on and step to Kandi, I heard it was a shooting down there, OLG or Blaze, whatever, what's going on? If you can't handle asking the questions, kind of like Cynthia, I heard you was with some chocolate. I don't know. Apollo says something. If you can't bring the tea and confront nobody, don't do it. Don't do it, Drew, because you sound dumb. Now, Marlo, you sound equally as dumb. And I ain't no psychologist, but let me tell you one thing. Marlo ain't even seeing a psychologist. Can we get that point across first? Marlo is talking to a life coach. To me, life coaches are the people that help you get your career in line. I ain't never seen nobody go lay on a life coach couch and get their trauma together. That's what psychiatrists, psychologists are for. Now, I could be ignorant, but I ain't never been to no life coach. But I feel like Marlo talking about, oh, I'm working on my life skills and all this trauma come up. Because see, that's the scene I miss. Marlo talking to her raggedy ass friends about, yeah, Kandi could have gave you some personal flowers. She could have at least gave you a card. And then Marlo was like, yeah, and she should have catered the repast from OLG. Where they do that at? I'm sorry. let me knock this whole flowers thing out, because I feel like people are missing the point. And I feel like people aren't putting their brains on to remember episode 1 to now. And I want to make my point, but I don't want to get all my thoughts thrown out of order. I feel like this season is an attack on Kandi. And I feel like y'all done sat up somewhere with Giselle and came up with a scheme to bring us some bullshit because y'all don't like Kandi. It's clear Sheree says she don't like Kandi because she felt like Kandi was trying to tear down her business. Girl, you taking 15 years to bring us some fashions from Shein is what tore down your business, and having the audacity to charge $500 for a jogging suit. Girl, you ain't smart. That's what's ruining your business. You not being smart. But anyway, people don't like Kandi for whatever reason. Maybe they want Kandi's spot. Maybe they want to drive her off the show. She's taking up too much of the budget. We would like some of that in our pockets. I don't know. Some people say they want to activate Kandi, make her work. And I feel like Kandi the only one that is working. But anyway, Angie, don't get sidetracked. I feel like the narrative this season, and I understand Kandi's anger, is because you all keep trying to say her place of business and herself is ghetto, hood, ratchet, and that's the kind of crowd she attracts. Because Courtney opened it up with, oh, my friend has a business, and Kandi came through there and got on Instagram Live, and the next week it was nothing but the hood up in there. It was so ghetto. Courtney's trying to say Kandi is ghetto and she attracts a hood crowd, a ratchet crowd, whatever word is politically correct enough. I ain't meaning no disrespect, but I'm just trying to tell you what the narrative they're trying to present. Next thing, she has an unfortunate situation that has nothing to do with her. It just happened to happen at her business. And the victim was her family. It wasn't her family the one popping off on the pows. Her family was the victim of the situation. But Marlo thinks Kandi should be held accountable for what? For what? What else? Oh, it was national news. What else can Kandi tell you about what happened between her cousin and at Blaze that wasn't already on the news? What else do you want Kandi to say? It was a shooting at my establishment. Okay, she didn't pull the gun. She didn't start the beef. She wasn't even there. All she doing is playing the lease on the building and serving the food. What do you want her to say? What accountability should she have for somebody not being able to control their anger and popping off on her cousin? What accountability does she need? And why does it trigger Marlo? And let's get back to Marlo's triggering. You can't tell me every day, all day, people ain't doing the same kind of pow in Atlanta that they doing up in the Chi-Town that Drew is scared to talk about. I lived in Atlanta. I know. It's certain parts of Atlanta you shouldn't drive up and around if you ain't from there. So I know what you ain't been triggered by, but see, Marlo probably don't watch the news. I don't know. I don't live in that lady house. But just last year, Marlo, right before this season aired, matter of fact, we saw from your camera 2 men kicking down your doors with guns, running up in your house with your nephews, where you had to go run into a panic room and call the police. Thank God you had a panic room, because Marlo, I know you full of the bullshit, but I don't want nothing to happen to you. So thank God you had a panic room, and you telling me that situation didn't trigger nothing for you? And I also recall there was an argument between you and Kenya. And in that argument, I said, Kenya, shut up. You're wrong on this one. Where Kenya was like, why didn't you tell us all in the group about what happened at your house so we can all be aware? Maybe they're trying to track down the house Housewives or something. Why you didn't tell us in the group chat about what was going on, the robbery at your house? And what did you tell Kenya? And I had your back on this, Marlo. You told Kenya this is an ongoing investigation, and the police asked you not to talk about it. And I rode with you that this happened on Twitter. You had to be a part of the RHOA Twitter to know that wasn't part of filming. But I had your back on that. Kandi said the exact same thing. What happened at her restaurant with her cousin is an ongoing investigation, and it's going to trial. And they've asked her not to say a thing. So pretty much whatever was said on the news is all that Kandi can say. She ain't about to tell y'all what they was arguing about, why he pulled out. Like, I'm sure Kandi know all the tea. That's her cousin. But it's an ongoing investigation. The man is going to be probably put on trial, go to jail. Kandi can't get on national television telling y'all all the tea her cousin told her, because now she's giving away evidence to the defense. It makes perfect sense to me. She's already established that it happened. She already established that her cousin was involved. What else does she have to be accountable for? Because I feel like, Marlo, if violence and stop the violence, your cousin, your nephew was killed, murdered, unfortunately, and you really wanted to do something for stop the violence and hold people accountable, maybe you should go to the people holding the guns, not the people who just own the restaurant. Maybe you could have done a rally in your nephew's honor, a stop the violence rally. They have moms against guns and all that kind of stuff. You could have done anything but bring us the bullshit that Kandi owes you something because your nephew spent 0.5 seconds working in OLG. I'm sure if you scroll up and down Instagram, you can find hundreds and thousands of people who have pictures with Kandi Burruss, and Kandi don't even know their name. Fact, when you asked Kandi if she knew your nephew, you was like, she told you no. And you had to be like, oh, he worked at OLG. And she was like, let me check. So obviously, whoever your nephew is isn't in her frontal lobe of, oh yeah, that's Marlo's nephew. And I'm so happy I just now remembered. The episode opened rolling receipts. I'm so happy they showed the scene of you showing up to Kandi's house. Y'all talked about it. She let you cry on her shoulder. She rubbed your back. Woo, woo, woo. What can I do? I'm so sorry this happened to you and your family. She doesn't owe you anything out of her pocketbook because your nephew was murdered. Now, I'm going to say this. I'm just a little bit. It would not have hurt for Kandi to send, once she found out this was an ex-employee and it's Marlo's nephew, and at that point in 2020, you and Marlo were cool, it would not have hurt to send a bouquet of flowers to the funeral or a bouquet of flowers to Marlo's sister, whoever's child that is, or even Marlo. Marlo, I'm so sorry for you. It wouldn't have hurt. Now, once you crossed over the line to, oh, she should have catered the repast, that's the audacity for me. That's the line for me. Because Marlo, you got all the coins, you got all the Prada, the Gucci, the Fendi, the Chanel, you got all the money, all the benefactors. What did you provide for the funeral? What did you cater? Now, you might have paid for the whole thing. I hope you did. But if not, I don't understand why you think Kandi had to open up her pocketbook. She might have forgot. Do you know how much stuff Kandi has going on? She might have forgot to send the flowers, but she definitely gave you condolences. She definitely gave you concern. It wasn't like she said, F your nephew. And no. And then back to the original point, Marlo trying to loop in, the person that shot my nephew, killed my nephew, he met him at the OLG. So you're trying to say people in Kandi's establishments are shooters. And Kandi has already, I mean, I don't think she can prove that person has never been inside of OLG. We don't know. But it has nothing to do with her personality. And I do feel like this is an attack on her business because Sheree in the confessionals, we don't know if we're going to get biscuits or bullets. Unfortunately, in the world we live in, 2023, anytime you step outside your door and go to the mailbox, to the gym, to the mall, hell, sending your kids to school, you don't know where you can find a bullet in 2023. So I think it's very unfair for people to make it seem like it's unsafe to go to one of Kandi's establishments. It's very unfortunate that this situation happened. I understand the PR of it, Kandi. You don't want to keep talking about it every episode because it's going to be in people's minds. I might not want to go down the blaze today. You know, I get it. And Marlo, maybe you're not that smart, but I feel like you're smart enough to get it. You keep bringing it up every episode is damaging her business. Yes, it was on the news, but we already know things that happen on the news come the next week. It's somebody else getting a pow up, and we all for what happened over there with Kandi. We own this, but you bringing it up every week on national television saying Kandi needs to be accountable for what? I don't know. You're damaging her business. And it's not right. And you're damaging her business. What? Because she ain't send you some funky ass flowers that you was gonna throw in the trash anyway. You can't tell me you got. We seen your house. I ain't seen no house full of flowers. So I wasn't mad at Kandi for going up at Marlo. I'm mad because I want to choke your ass because you're playing in her face about her money, and that's. If you want to make Angie mad, and people can tell you, don't play with my intelligence. Don't play with my intelligence. And don't gaslight me. When I know for a fact what something was and you trying to make it seem like it's something else. Marlo is playing in Kandi's face and playing with her intelligence. And for me, I'm sorry if I offend you, but anybody who's on Marlo's side and think Marlo has some kind of valid point, I think you're about just as intelligent as she is. And I think Marlo's dumb. I think intelligent people can really see what's going on, and Marlo is full of ish. And she's been saying it in all of the pre-interviews of the show. I'm here to activate Kandi. And look, I will agree with the naysayers, the Marlo stands. Marlo is the only one doing things, giving us something to talk about on this show. Because like I said, I didn't forget everything else that happened. I don't know what nobody else talking about. But just because Marlo is giving us something to talk about doesn't mean that it's right, it's good. And I feel like other reality stars were rewarding Marlo for bad behavior. And Marlo was being aggressive. Just because you have your hands behind your back, Marlo was going up to Kandi like this, getting her face. And we all know how Kandi feel when you buck at her. When you walk up to her like this. Kandi don't play that. All that jumping, because next thing you know, it only take a second for that arm to come from around your back and in your face. So it don't matter where you have your hands. You were still being aggressive, Marlo. You were calling her all kind of bitches and hoes. When Kandi was crying, we all know Kandi is a crier. It doesn't mean she's weak. She's just one of those emotional people. And I agree with Kandi because I get like that too. When I get so angry and I know I can't react the way I want to react, I will get so emotional that I will cry. And I'm not crying because you hit me deep. I'm crying because I can't do what I want to do, say what I want to say, and I'm trying to control my emotions. So the only thing that's coming out are these tears because I'm that angry. I've been there. And it's usually if you see me crying in anger, that's when it's time not to fuck with Angie. Like, back away. And I don't get like that too often because I try not to really let stuff get me angry. But she was like, oh, you're crying. Oh, sometimes you could be equally as aggressive with your mouth. And you all, I don't understand. People change their opinion based on who they like. And I feel like a lot of people just don't like Kandi because we all say so and so hit them, but they were antagonizing her. She was running her mouth. Like, same thing y'all do with Candace over there on the RHOP. Candace got too much mouth. She always talking that ish and she can't fight. We know why she got popped, all of this. But Marlo, it's the same thing. Marlo was talking all that ish. She deserved to get popped too. Look, at the end of the day, they played that little game and they got squirted with paint. I want to do that. I'm gonna be in ATL. I need to quit telling y'all my schedule, but I'm gonna be in ATL soon. I'm gonna ask my friends if they want to do that. Go try to solve a mystery, and if we can't do it in time, we could get squirt with paint. It brings out the kiddie side of back when they had Nickelodeon and they would dump the slime on you. The event looked fun at the end of the day. I wish they wouldn't have argued the way they were, but some people can't be fake. They can't come in and be like, hey, y'all, knowing that it's some beef going on. And I'm with Kandi. Don't be fake. Get that shit out. Talk it out. And it's done. And that's it. That's all I got to say. There's a rumor circulating that Kenya and because the ratings and they're keeping Marlo, Sheree, Drew, and Sanya. Damn rocks. That would be, if you fire Kenya and Kandi, you might as well cancel the show. Might as well. Because who is Marlo going to fight with? Drew? Everybody else left are Marlo's lapdogs. And then there goes Sanya. They called Marlo a trick. We ain't gonna call Marlo no trick. We ain't gonna do that. But where was your loyalty for Kandi when they was calling her ghetto and hood? And you up there laughing. Sanya is who needs to be fired. She brings nothing to the show. Drew can stay next season because she might give us a little bit of drama with her little divorce, but we've seen enough people get divorced. Kenya can go. For me, because Kenya is bringing nothing. Like, Kenya is going through the most and showing us the least. Kenya has been going through this divorce from her husband. We don't have no tea. Y'all already let us not see the wedding. Now we can't even see the divorce. All she do is flash little scenes of Brooklyn, and we don't care. I don't care. Like, I can see Brooklyn over there on the Instagram. Cute baby, gorgeous little girl. But she not the show. She not your storyline. Kenya date, she just like, and you know her and Giselle are best friend. I ain't mad. I see it now. You friends with Giselle, and where your man? Right in your phone, just like Giselle man in her phone. I've been dating him a year, but I've only seen him a few times, but the sex so good. You sound just like Giselle Bryant. And that ain't a good thing, Kenya. Find you a man that don't have to be in your phone. But I'm telling you, Marlo can't carry a show. Nobody, Sheree can't carry a show. Who's she gonna bring back next? I mean, Kenya, at least go ahead and keep your man in your phone if you got to stoop to Sheree level. I'll go ahead and keep your man in your phone. But anyway, I hope that's not a true rumor. I'd rather just them go ahead and cancel the show. Not going in on Drew. I forgot what I said about Drew already. Probably her talking about people don't. I ain't even gonna go back there. She sound crazy. But anyway, I'm gonna end this here, y'all, because it's been a long work day and I talk too much. I have promised in other reviews, and I mean it, to try to be more on time with my videos. I got another video scheduled next, and I'm probably just going to reschedule it for tomorrow because I'm tired. And y'all understand, most of y'all were just like I work. It's just been a long week at work. It's close, y'all. If you're in the accounting world, you know what month end close is. And it's just, it happens every month, just like a cycle. You just gotta bear and get through the month end and it keep going. So that's just it. It's just been a long week for work, and I've been really tired and stressed. But month end will be over on Thursday. Hallelujah. And we can get back to our summer fun in the sun. There's a rumor that Kim is coming back as well. God. I've already clapped my hands over there on Kamisha's channel, but we are not bailing out that white woman. Look, I think it's very unfortunate. Kim ain't never want to be around these ladies, and take race out of it, because I really don't know if Kim is racist or not. She has shown me a few ways, her and her husband, that I don't agree with, but I ain't gonna just throw out there she's a racist, but you know. But it was very clear she did not want to film with these black ladies. And once she had her little tardy for the crew, whatever her spinoff was called, and she popped out all them babies, she felt like she was too good to film with the black ladies. But now that you broke and in need, you want to come back? No, they need to give Kim the same as she turned around and gave them the kiss when she walked off with her baby and her millionaire. I ain't got to go on no trip with y'all. I give her my same ass the kiss as well. Well, don't come over here and pay your house note either. Go on and twirl over there to Zeus or see what VH1 can do for you. But we can't do nothing for you over here in Atlanta. Maybe you should move. Maybe go over there to the Salt Lake City. Maybe move up to Jersey. I don't know what you need to do, Kim. But I'd rather... Kim is already on my fast forward list. Because you see how she did Sheree. And Sheree ain't going to give you too much. It was already rumored that Sheree, as a friend, invited Kim to come to the little fashion show she did for She by Sheree last year. And Sheree said Kim turned down the invitation because she wouldn't get paid. What kind of friend is that? I don't want to see Kim on my TV screen, but hey, I ain't no executive producer over there at Bravo. But I can tell you right now, I'm not going to watch her. She will definitely be fast forward because I'm not interested. But anyway, y'all, let me get off of here. I'm about to go find me something to eat, refresh my glass of Stella Rosa, and get into a few things. Now, tomorrow night, I will be with Ebby. Me and Ebby are going to do 3 reviews in one. Of course, we're going to do the Black People at the Summer House. I like that name better than whatever they call it. We're going to talk about the ultimatum, queer love as a whole. And the Tony Awards was going down this past weekend. We all know Kandi was up for a Tony Award. I hope she gets it. And we're going to talk about the fashions from the Tony Awards. Me and Ebby have a good time whenever we hit live. So come back for that tomorrow at 6. Myself and Ebby reviews. Thursday, if you're into the challenge, I do have Drew. Me and Drew from Angel Cake Entertainment will do a challenge chat on our top 5 eliminations along with our top 5 elimination matchups. It's always a good time when Drew comes over. And then Friday, because I'm not going out of town, there will be a second challenge chat on the Ruins season. And I got a lot to say because I just finished watching the Ruins. I got some things to say. Remy Ma is being considered for New Jersey Housewives. I heard that. I was listening to, it wasn't the Ooh Ladies First channel. The panel that Scotty Nature has that reviews Real Housewives of Atlanta. I was listening to them today at work, and I agree with them because they mentioned Remy Ma and the Breakfast Club, whatever his name is, his wife, being on the New Jersey Housewives, and I agree. Remy Ma is not a fit. No. Because Remy Ma, I feel like, is either going to water herself down so she won't seem as aggressive. Because, you know, Teresa and them could be all aggressive. I'm Italian, you know, all of that aggressiveness they like to have, and they think that shit is cute. But as a dark-skinned Black woman, Remy Ma can't be the same. And I feel like it'll be a watered-down version of Remy Ma. If they're going to do a Housewives of New Jersey and they want Remy Ma to be in it, I'd rather Remy go over there to Potomac and put Giselle in her place. Go ahead and take Robin's paycheck. How far is New Jersey from Potomac? I don't know. It might be far. Or maybe fire all of them that's in Jersey, because I mean, how much more can Teresa and Melissa and them give? I ain't watched them in probably a decade. I ain't watched Jersey in a long time. Fire all of them and then create a second, a spinoff, New Jersey Part 2, with Remy, the DJ wife, and some other Black people. It's Black people in Jersey that got money. I will watch that, but Remy going around having dinner with Teresa and whoever else on the show, I'm uninterested. Their personalities don't click. It's not a fit. But anyway, y'all, I talk too much and I got to get up off of here because I need a break. Like I said, I'll be back. I'll be back every day the rest of this week, every night. I think all of them start at 6 p.m. Central. So y'all see me every night for something. We'll have a good time talking. Until then, enjoy the rest of your evening. Let's get prepared. Tomorrow's hump day. Get through the rest of this work week. And I'll see y'all later. Have a good night, y'all. Bye.